You got SPY looks like it's starting to curl over a little bit here. Hit a high 66.6885. Current price 668.85. Up 0.37%. That's SPY. Trending upwards. Looks like we might be hitting the top here, maybe. We do have the R1, R2 pivot. A little higher, around 669.75. So it could continue to trend up and hit there, but that's a solid resistance point. We got about $1 up, a solid resistance. And if you pull up NVIDIA, we've just been hitting this point and being rejected. If we come back up there, I think we might break above that and hit that 188.60 area on NVIDIA. If we take out this swing low, I'm telling you, we're going to come back down to this 186 area, retest this VWAP. Maybe even 185.80. But NVIDIA bullish today, 0.54% to the upside. So, hey, thank you for joining. We're just coming back now. I had to end the other stream real quick. I do apologize. Hopefully everyone is able to come back in here quick. Come back in the room. And get everybody back. USO 72.89, down 1.18%. We made a little bit of a comeback after the open, hitting the low of 72.45 at that S2 pivot. Bounced very nicely back up to the S1 pivot, hit rejection points just multiple times. Finally broke above it, but weren't able to hold it. But VWAP is holding price very good right now. If VWAP is able to continue holding on to this, we got nice amount of volume coming in. Might be able to break up finally and cut that down day of 1.18% in half. If we're able to reach back above, again, this S1 pivot and head towards the pivot point, 73.80 would be a nice area. But we need to come back here, and it's looking bearish right now. There's just back and forth, high volume, just teeter-tottering here on USO. Looking pretty bearish. This is where we found support now. If we drop below this area right here, 72.78, right now 72.83. So we're just a couple pennies away from a decision. If we break below that, it's going to go back down, hit 72.50, 30-40 cents back down. Maybe retest that low actually. USO already down 1.21%. Today was U.S. oil inventory day. Sometimes it pops on that. Sometimes it drops down. If you're a futures trader, you would be looking at RB, gasoline, or CL, crude oil, on futures. Netflix rising here finally, back up off of VWAP into the S1 pivot. Current price 11.7671 right now. If it's able to break above here, look to start gapping back up to fill that gap. 11.7672. It is down 1.84%. Needs to get above this pivot. You see how it's on the 5-minute on NFLX, just hitting this ceiling point on NFLX. And just being rejected right about the 11.7680 area, just constantly hitting that ceiling and getting rejected back down. Looks like we're slanting upwards. This could be a bullish breakthrough here. So let's keep an eye on NFLX right here. Pepsi just still ripping, making new highs right now, continuing its uptrend, just ripping up. 142.74 now. PEP, that's Pepsi, PEP, really ripping high, 1.64% positive on the day. That could we're now above all three pivots. R1, R2, R3 with authority, continuing to rip higher right now. New high just right there. Another new high, making new highs on PEP. Let's look at T-Mobile. T-Mobile taking some of that loss back on the day. We were down over 3.3% on TMUS. Currently down 2.48%. We had a low of 231.56. Current price 233.50. Took back $2. Looks like we're trying to make our way back up to the S3 pivot, which is at about 234.50, 234.30 area. So We got about another $1. That's a long trip back up. So if this is able to come back there, retest that, but look for a rejection at that point, because if we break above that, we're gonna fill some of that gap back and reduce this downside bearish day slightly. So T-Mobile entering a pivotal area, no pun intended, with the pivots. Let's look at Bitcoin right now. Nice pullback here, down from the high 118 and change. 118, 267 high. We are now down to 117.96. Looks like we're hitting that pivot point as the R3 pivot. And as this thing is up huge today, or throughout the day here, we're hitting that R3 pivot right now, rising into it on BTC crypto. It needs to be able to take this pack right here about the 117, 125, 117, 150. Be able to take that back and maintain it if we're going to make our way back up to 117, 600, which is very, very possible. Bitcoin currently 117, 119. XRP was doing very nice today. It was up it's up 3.98%. We were all the way up to 2.96. Now we fell back down to 2.921. Hit a low. Looks like it's returning back up. If this continues to go up here, this looks like it's at 2.93 right now. This could continue back up to 2.94, and this thing trades at a fraction of a penny. So I'm not just telling you 1 penny. It goes 2.931, 2.932. So keep that in mind on XRP. It's already up to 2.934 right now. Look at 2.935. This thing's ripping. Yeah, I would look at resistance right here, 2.936 on XRP. Okay, Qs. Let's go back to the Qs here. Let's circle back. Qs at resistance right now, 603.50. The QQQ, 603.50. Look for resistance right here. 603.50. Hit a high. We are at the R2 pivot. R2 pivot. Having some resistance here. This is the QQQ, R2 pivot. NVIDIA starting to curl here. Look at this little pullback. It's up 0.43%, doing very good today. Bulls are in control. We're above VWAP and the daily pivot. Looks like we might be pulling back down to the 186 area. Current price 187.41. Looks like we're at the line right now. If we break below this, that's breaking that neckline, that triple top neckline here. Boom, boom, boom. It's a triple top right this moment. So we gotta see a breakthrough right here. If we break below this, look to head back down to that 186.25, 186.30. About $1. We got $1 on that. Actually, Tone, if this breaks below this right here, go short to 186.55, 186.60. Okay? If we break below this 187.30, set that limit order right there to go short. 187.30, add down to 186.60. NVDA. I was thinking we were going to head back up here to that pivot, 188.75. But it looks like we're curling here. AMZN looking very nice today, 1.09% on Amazon. Current price $221.99, 222 even. We are above VWAP. We are above the R1 pivot. Hit a high at 222.15. Just coming off of the high on this current candle here. VWAP rising just above the daily pivot point of 220 even. So that's a nice solid bottom we could rely on if price falls back down there for support. Again, 221.95 on Amazon. Very bullish today. 1.11% to the upside. GLD Gold up pretty much flat, 0.1%. Rising into VWAP right now. 355.81. 355.81. I'm going to take this off of my screen here. There we go. There we go. Nice and nice. Now it looks good. That might help. I think that was why TikTok was getting mad at me. That ticker I had right here. They get really sensitive on their algos. Put anything on your screen, they get mad. Okay. Yes, GLD. Sorry, let's get back to it. GLD rising back up into VWAP here. It's up again, just under 0.1%, 0.09%, pretty much flat. We were up almost 0.5% earlier today in the pre-market, and now it's just trending downwards. We did hit a high on gold today, and you see in the news ticker. So gold having a slight pullback here from hitting that high. GLD, symbol GLD. 0.09, 355.75. We had a low of 354.74. Just trending down. I think if we were able to take back this VWAP at 356, we're right there. We're so close. 355.73 right now. If we're able to come back above the VWAP, look for some volume. We failed volume right over here. Just had no volume once we took it back. So that was no conviction. If we're able to come back above VWAP, look for volume. And it's a green candle, and if they were able to do that, look to make a return back up here to the 357.20 area, 357 even area. If we fail to have volume again, we're going to get another reaction like this. Maybe make another low, another swing low like this. Okay, but we need to take this back with some volume. That'll give us some confidence, some conviction there. AMD's just been getting smashed today. I'm sorry, it's been getting smashed lately. We hit the 140s, I think, right? Was it the 140s or was it the low 150s on AMD? Now we're making a slight return here. We hit a high of 164 earlier today. It is up 0.47%, so it's fighting back. I think this thing looks bullish. We just broke back above the R1 pivot and VWAP. Looks pretty bullish. Lots of volume over here. And earlier about the half hour ago, lots of volume coming at this level. So we're back above this area. We're using VWAP and the R1 as solid support. Look for, I like AMD right here. Look for a move back up to the 163.25, 163.50 possible dollar. If we take out this swing low, then I lose all conviction on the move back up. But again, bulls are in control right now on AMD. 0.46% positive on the day. Current price 162.50 on AMD. Microsoft 0.21% up on the day. Bulls are slightly in control. 519.02 right now. 519 even. We are hitting the R1 pivot. We had strong rejection about an hour ago. If you look at that, we hit that 519.50 area on MSFT, Microsoft, and we were rejected harshly. Fell all the way back down to 516.50. So it just pushed us down about $3. We trended back up slowly on some decent volume. Not high, but decent volume. So buyers were coming in slowly, building up the price. I think this is going to go higher here. I'm fairly confident here. I like Microsoft 519 even, 519.10 up to 520.25 possibly. I think we're going to make a new high on Microsoft. It's up 0.24%. Microsoft looking to make new highs. Nice steady volume coming in on Microsoft. That looks pretty bullish. USO continuing to hold that VWAP 72.91. It is down 1.13%, but we've already made a slight return from 72.45, that low. Okay, MSTR, I know a lot of people like Morningstar. We hit a high of the 343 area, and we bobbed around that R3 pivot, broke below VWAP that we used as support earlier in the session. And now we came back down to the R2 pivot, and we're bouncing off of that going into VWAP. This might be a point of rejection here. at the 339 area, 338.50 on MSTR. Keep in mind, the bulls are in control on Morningstar, up 4.6%, including the pre-market. Pre-market, we had a low of 319.71. U.S. market, though, we're at about break even on the U.S. market. Just positive on the U.S. market. I think we opened up at like 333 area, and now we're at 337. So we're $4 up on the day. Only 1%, but the bulls are in control. But the bears retook VWAP, and we're trying to hold this R2 pivot. So if we're able to hold this R2 pivot, we could come back up, but I don't know. I don't think so. Not good volume coming in on this bounce, so that doesn't give good conviction. Look for a rejection back down here, maybe to the 332 area. So its current price 337 even. If we fail this pivot right here, I say 332 is a very good price. I like coin. It's 2.23%. Look at coin. It's just been bouncing, chopping in between the R2 pivot and VWAP. You know, everybody knows I love this. When I see this just above here and I see that one bounce, two bounce, we start making our way back up, I start trading. I love this chop. This is beautiful scalp zone. And we got something similar going on with XOM. It's kind of bouncing between the support pivot and VWAP. S1 and VWAP. Right now, XOM, it is down 0.86%, so be careful going long on that pivot. I would be shorting at the VWAP instead of buying at the pivot. Look at IBM here, really ripping right here. Look at IBM, 0.59%. Nice moves. Nice move here. It's moving up. Taking out the previous swing high. It's ripping back up here. 283.94. IBM moving higher. You got the MACD rising. You got the RSI rising. PSQ dropping to new lows right now. PSQ, new lows, making new lows on this candle here. $30.89. PSQ moving lower right now. Very bearish, down 0.46%, moving lower. Volume coming in on this move. We are currently, right this second, bobbing at the exact level of the S2 pivot. So we're at a pivotal area right now. Let's look for volume. If we see volume and some green candles start to form, we could see a move back up to $31 even. Now let's think small. It's $30. It's a $30 stock, so 10, 15, 20 cents is relatively big for this thing. Okay, let's check back at Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola and Pepsi moving higher today, especially Pepsi, 1.63% up. Coca-Cola, 0.37%. We were closer to 1% at that 66.69 high of the day. Current price 66.56, having a slight pullback here. I'd look for a little bounce back up. We rejected at that R1 pivot very nicely. Sharp pullback down at the R1 pivot. Not a lot of volume came in there. That was the problem here. But not a lot of volume on the way back down. So that doesn't give me conviction that it's going to continue down. We got VWAP rising very nicely. So if price moves down, look for a bounce at VWAP back up to that R1 pivot. On symbol KO. Symbol KO. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sorry I had to cancel that live on the last one. I know we had a lot of people in there. I was just getting some interference with the microphone. Just wasn't on my side, not your guys' side, on my side. Guys, right now we're looking at Johnson & Johnson going higher. We're looking at CAT going higher. We're looking at a bounce for Citigroup. We're looking at UNH going higher. We're looking at Meta moving higher, 720.47. I'm bullish on Meta right now. Even though we're down 1.9%, looks like a possible reversal area. We hit a low of 710.20, current price 720.50, so we're up over $10 on Meta from the low. That's huge. We retook back the S2 pivot, retook back the VWAP on Meta, and we cut the loss in half on the day for Meta. So Meta was down almost 3.5%, now only 1.87% down on the day for Meta. It is down $13.59. We just retook back $10 for Meta, reapproaching this last swing high here. That was about an hour ago. And we are coming to it with not a lot of volume. I'd say about average volume. So we got to see volume start to pick up, but I'm pretty bullish on this. I think we're going to come back up to that 724. So I think we're going to take back $4 and literally cut our loss on the day, or cut Meta's loss on the day from $13.50 to $9. So look for Meta to continue moving higher. PLTR. I know everybody loves PLTR. I love that too. PLTR bouncing. Look at this. Look at this solid support over here. VWAP into the R1 pivot. Really using that as support. Solid floor. If we break below that, look to go back down because we've just been chipping at it constantly. If we break below it. But I'm bullish on this right now. It's 0.95% to the upside. Current price 184.19. Look for a possible return back to VWAP. If we return to it and break below it, that's in trouble. That means we finally penetrated that wall. But we got decent volume maintaining, so this might be moving higher. PLTR might be moving higher, 0.98% now. Really using that VWAP and that R1 as support. Coin just chopping again. Coin, look at R2 and VWAP chopping. Nice scalp area. Up 2.45%. What a great day for Coin today. Beautiful day for Coin. Bad day, very bad day for T-Mobile. Down 2.46%. Current price 233.49. We are below the S3 pivot. Look for price to come back up to that S3 pivot at the 234.10 area. And possible rejection at that area and return back down to the 230, 250, 233. That's T-Mobile, TMUS. Something's going on with my McDonald's chart here. It's like it's frozen in time. Ah, okay, it was. Something was wrong there. Sorry about that. I've been updating McDonald's incorrectly. McDonald's 298.44 low of the day. It is down 1.15%. Looks like it's rising into the S2 pivot now, 340 cents. So it's up $2. Took back $2 from the low on MCD. I think we're going to continue moving up here from 345 back up to the 301 area. Nice 50 cents little to the upside. Is down. Remember, the bears are in control. But as soon as we hit that open and opened at that 298.44, we've been trending up. So the U.S. market is ultimately positive. Pre-market negative. U.S. market positive. Up $2 on the U.S. market from 298.44. But down from the previous close of around 304. So we're down $4 overall. But it is moving higher. Tesla just ripping here. Huge, 3.46%, gapped up gigantic from 441. This is Tesla from 441 all the way open to the 356. So $15 Tesla. $15 on Tesla moved up very nicely. $15. I think it's continuing to move up here from 460 up to the 462. Look for Tesla to move up higher, 460 to 462. This is my kitty cat right here. Say hello. Say hello, kitty. Give me a second. I gotta take a drink real quick. Thank you for the follow, Jose. Appreciate you. Thank you for the like. Where we at? Yes. So Meta. I got my kittens here. Look at my two kittens. Look at my kittens. Can you guys see the kittens right here? Hopefully I don't step on them. CVX bouncing very nicely. CVX 154.50. It is down 0.452%. 0.52% on CVX. Oh, look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin finally taking back that R3 pivot. Look at Dogecoin right here coming, making a little return back. Same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin retaking that pivot back. Looks like it's going to be making a little bit of a slight run back up. Maybe to the 117,600. Bitcoin right now 117,283. Might make a 200, 300 point move back up. I love Pepe. I'm waiting for Pepe to go hit that six, at least if Pepe the crypto coin hits that 600, even 700, I'm gonna start getting in. I don't know if it's gonna go down that low. That's like my beauty area to buy back in on Pepe. I doubled my position. I bought it at 600 and then sold it. I think it was 1300. I think it's beautiful, beautiful. All right, Walmart. Walmart getting beat up today. Same thing with Home Depot. Same thing with Adobe. Same thing with JPM. JPM down 1.15%. Currently trading at 311.77. We're just above VWAP. I'd say look for a slight little bounce here, maybe 311, 312.30, 312. Yeah, 312.30 from 311.65 up to 312.30. We are back above VWAP, which is good. We bounced very nicely for JPM off of that pivot, off of that beautiful S1 pivot, bounced nicely. Not once, but 3 times. We had the open, came down, and it ripped down to 307.41 on JPM, took it back very nicely, came all the way back up to that 311. 313 actually, and bounced off of it again. We bounced off it again, bounced it off right here, and it looks like we're moving higher. 311.80 now, 311.86 now on JPM. I say a good 313 is a good target for JPM. ADBE just getting smashed, 2.66% to the downside. ADBE, they just keep getting slammed, falling behind on that AI, guys. I mean, a lot of things can do what ADB offers because of AI. So their services are getting extinct. They got to try to fight back and come out with some things here. Otherwise, they're going to continue to go down. ADBE down 2.68%. Hit a low of 340. We're right about the VWAP and the S2 pivot. I got nothing on this one here. I'm just so bearish on it. ADBE just getting smashed today. Still very bearish. Fighting to take back some gains, but it is up $3.50 today from the low. Home Depot, another one that's getting beat up. Symbol HD down 1.57%. Hit a low of 395.31. Current price 398.80. This one's up $3.50 from the low. We just keep bouncing down off of VWAP. If we're able to take VWAP right here, around 399 even, we get above 399 even, it's 398.76. We get above 399 even, 399.10. Look for that return back to $400 even, up to 425. Not $425, $400.25. It's a nice little target area for Home Depot. Again, down 1.55% on the day. We got to break above that 399.10 on HD. Walmart, again, rejected at the S2 pivot. Just not able to penetrate it here. We had good volume coming into it. So I'm hopeful that it's going to break back through here. Reduce the downside performance on the day. Current price 101.82. We hit a low of 100 It's back up $1.30 on the day. Retook back VWAP. Bounced nicely off of that S3 pivot right over here at 101.20 is the S3 pivot, 101.20. So we came back. We're able to penetrate both the VWAP and the S3 pivot. We were rejected twice. We rejected twice and then finally broke above it and used it as support. And now we're finally back up to that S2 pivot and continuing to trend higher. So I'm bullish on Walmart right now. 101.82. Actually, don't go long on Walmart. Do 101.65. Set a limit 101.65. No, 101.67. It might not get filled. 101.67 up to 102.20. And let me know if it drops to 101.60. I mean 101.55. But it might go up to 102.50 and fill that gap completely. Thank you. Okay. Let's go. Let's circle back. We got Q's. Q's just breaking above the S2 pivot here. Look how nice that is. This thing is just trending up over 0.5% today. 603.45. Look at that. Look at that strong rejection at that S2 pivot on SPY. That was beautiful. I didn't see the volume come in when we hit it, and we just got rejected. This might continue to hook down at a 668.75. SPY 668.75. Current price 669.07. SPY, it's up 0.43% today. Rejected by the S2 pivot. So I think we're going to have a little bit of a pullback here because of the volume. Look at this negative volume here. It's just high. We rejected the pivot with relatively high volume, over average volume. So that's a conviction. Doesn't always work out, but that looks good. On SPY. NVIDIA looks like it's curling down. Might come back down to that 186.50 area. Current price 187.47. NVDA, that's NVIDIA. It is up 0.47%. Amazon holding nicely above that R1 pivot. Very nicely. MACD on the 5 is negative and growing. More negative. We got RSI just kind of maintaining itself on Amazon, just going sideways. USO really trying to break above this, still trying to break above this S1 pivot here. 73.08. It's up from that 72.80 area where we were looking at it before. This was a nice little bounce area. And I said right over here, right about 72.85. I said look for it to bounce between here, and we're bounced a couple times now. If we're able to break above here, this is going to go up probably to 73.40, 73.45. Retest this swing high area right over here from earlier today, right around 1 o'clock. USO, and again, this thing was down over 1.3% earlier. We had oil inventories come out, and this thing just got rocked, just got shook. And it looks like it's trying to find stability, breaking above this pivot here. Gold hit all-time highs, and current price 355.45. Hit a low of 354.74, and it's trying to hold above here, but it's getting rejected at VWAP every time it takes a chance at coming back up to it. I'm at this point in time, I think we're gonna retest this VWAP and then finally move back up to the 356.50, 356.70. It's basically flat right now. It's at 0.01%. So that's just flat. That's pretty neutral. But I think we take another chop at this VWAP, and I think we're gonna take it back, especially with this little volume coming in here. Look for gold to go up right here. I'm bullish on GLD from the 355.35 up to the 355.50 area. It's very possible, Brian. Hey, Brian, how's OPAD doing? Let me check it out. I'm going to pull it up. We got RR. RR's just been bouncing off of that R2 pivot today. Dipped below it just momentarily, hit the VWAP just on the dot. RR came down, broke below the pivot, and we had the pivot, and then we had the VWAP just underneath of it. Literally, like super close, small little gap in between. Broke below it, literally hit the VWAP, and just came back. And RR moving up higher. It is up 9.56%. You guys put me onto this last week when it was up huge. So thank you guys. Thank you. This is why we have a community here. We share ideas. You guys helped me. Brian put me on to OPAD. Okay, OPAD. Thing's been ranging between $4 and $5.50. We've gotten in and out of it many times. $4, $4.50, $4, $5, $4, $5.50, $4.50. The thing's beautiful. RR now up 9.44%. Beautiful. Current price on this thing is $4.77. Again, symbol RR. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Wow, day's flying. AMTM. Sure, I'll check that out for you. AMTM. All right, AMTM. This thing is just trending up higher here. Look for possible resistance at that $25 area. We got solid resistance at that $24.90, $25. Things just been trending. It's up 3.55%. Volume started declining and started picking back up around here. So that's the 24.35 area. Solid volume. I mean, we are at 50 cents above that. A lot of negative volume came in over here at this right over around right at this red candle here when they hit the high 24.85. So that's going to be a strong area to break. I'd say watch that area. If you get above that, if we make a new high, look to go back up to. I mean, this is a small price. So 15 cents, 20 cents is pretty good on this. But yeah, this thing, I don't know much about it, but I think $25 is a very reasonable price that it could reach today. Yeah, my pleasure. And again, watch that area, that $25 even area. If we have any type of pullback, we have nice solid. It looks like we have nice solid support at that 24.50, and definitely right around here at the 24.35 area. So between 24.35 and 24.50, that's a nice solid area. So it looks, especially with the volume that came in at those areas. Nice. But I don't like this negative volume coming in right now. I mean, look, it's higher than all these other bars here. So it looks like it might have hit a little peak. Might be doing something like this. So we had some volume coming in right around here. Might be having something similar right here, more close together. But that pivot is within range. 24.76. Oh yeah, I wanted to check out this other stock. Let's check out OPAD, OPAD. This is a stock brought to me by Brian. 409 now. As you see, it's just been ranging in this area. OPAD, just been ranging. Right over here. It's really nice. Just very predictable looking area. Range on OPAD. OPAD is at this bounce area of the $4. This is definitely a little bullish area. Possibly ride it back up to 425. Between 416 and 425. OPAD. This is $4.09 right now. Solid support at that $4.395 area. OPAD. MSTR coming back down to the R2 pivot. Look at MSTR, 336.25. It is up 4.37% today. Very nice day for Morningstar. Very nice day today. Oh, look at Meta pulling back here. I'm bullish on Meta, even though it's down 2.04%. I'm bullish on it. We hit a low of 7.10.20, came back $10. Now $9. I think we're going to make another run back up to that 724. How's the Qs doing? Qs is rising. So 0.56% on the Qs. So these aren't correlated at this moment. Usually when you see a discorrelation, the stock makes a swing back into correlation with the indice that its respective indice. So I'm bullish on Meta. META 719.20 right now. I'm looking at 724 for a target. MSTR might swing back up 336.25. Look at 338. Right around VWAP, bounce back up there. Apple holding between the 256.50 and the 257 area, just bouncing in between VWAP and that R2 pivot. It's just doesn't know which way to go. It's positive on the day, 0.81%. Apple, symbol AAPL. Look at NIO. NIO, nice little bounce here from 756 up to 763. Now think about this, it's only a $7 stock. So if this thing moves 7 cents, it's fairly nice for it. It's up 0.15% today, hit a low of 753, hit a high of 768, and it's some volumes coming in here. It's at 764 now, it just shot up 2 cents. That's big on these little small stocks. Netflix making new lows, 1170.65. Just took a slight dollar bounce up. It's at 1171.50. 1171.50 had a little double top. We're at the bottom of the M right now on Netflix. If we break below that neckline, look for a continuation back down. I'd say about $3 down, so we might hit the 1168. Or 1167 on Netflix. I was having some optimistic thoughts for this. Maybe fill some of that gap, but it doesn't look like it. With the negative volume coming in, we got the declining MACD and RSI stalling here. Netflix might continue to move down. Pepsi, what a great day for Pepsi. PEP up 1.66%. Current price 142.79, rising right now to new highs as we speak. Pepsi, very nice buy right now. Pepsi, PEP, making new highs as we speak. Way above the R3 pivot. Using it as support on the last 2 bars. If you look at the 2 5-minute candlesticks, the open of that previous candle from this one here is literally on the line of the R3 pivot. Price came back down and bounced around the line. Nice bullish volume coming in there. MACD negative but turning positive. RSI is curling over, but I mean, with a move 1.67% and just rocketing like that, it's you would expect it to be overbought. That's why indicators lag. You can't always go by them. Kava, very bearish on Kava overall, but it is up 1.87%. I am a little surprised. Hey, baby, come here. It's my kitty cat. Look at this kitten. This is a baby. Look at this baby. Okay. Kava, again, approaching new highs on the day. 1.89% to the upside. 61.55 right now. 1.89% up. 61.55, making a new high as we speak. We got the RSI under overbought, so it's rising. We got the MACD turning positive. This thing could continue going higher here. Kava, maybe make 2%. Will it make 2% on the day? Bitcoin rising. T-Mobile starting to turn back down, 233.13 right now. Looks like it's falling back down into VWAP. T-Mobile, TMUS, down 2.61%. It was down over 3.3% earlier, but it made a nice little return. We hit a low of 231.56. Now it's up to 233.14. Looks like it's dropping here back into VWAP. Look for support at VWAP. Unless it breaks below it, then we're going to take out that low. Look for a bounce at the 233 even to 232.80 on T-Mobile. If it has any hope, that's the area, TMUS. But if it breaks below that, look for a new low on the day. It's getting to the end of the day, 310 now. It's got to make a move if it's going to have any chance at taking some of that loss back. ADBE took back VWAP and the S2 pivot. Very bad day, 2.54% on ADBE. 340, 387. Looks like it's turning back up here. So hit a low of 340.05. Current price 343.81. Continuing to tick up very steadily, very consistently. I don't see that stopping for any reason. Huge amount of volume coming in the last couple candles. Nice amount of volume, I mean. Walmart stalling at the S2 pivot. Hit a low of $100.55. Now we trended all the way back up to 101.86. So we're up $1.30 right now. We're hitting the S2 pivot right now, and it's stalling at it. 1, 2, 3 times now. This is our third attempt. So if we're able to break above this, look for a bounce up to the 102.55 area. But I don't know if it's going to happen today. It's 311 right now. Walmart doesn't move that big. But that's overall where I see it going. AMD rejection. Look at this. Look at this rejection at the S1 pivot. I'm sorry, R1 pivot. It's falling back down, turning negative once again. It was positive. Now negative once again. We were having some support coming in here, so let's look for volume. Literally right about this area between 161.55 up to 161.75. Volume should be coming in here if it's going to bounce back up. So we're at the area right now. It needs support right here. If it fails here, we're going back down to 161, 160.75. So keep an eye on AMD. Hey, cut that cat. Cut that cat. CAT. You see, it just hasn't moved. I mean, we're positive, but it looks like it's turning back. It looks like we're going to head back down to the 478.50 right now because the way it's curling over on cat. So just exit that, everything. Just take what we got and exit out of it. We're out of this, right? We're out of J&J, right? Yeah? Oh, yeah. Yeah, duh. Okay, good. UNH. If UNH drops to 346.60, exit that one too. I like that. That was a good bounce on UNH. UNH looks like it's pulling back slightly here, but I think it's going to continue going up. 346.92. Strong bounce on UNH. 341.63. It fell so hard. I mean, we got a solid V, like wham, wham, right? And where was the bottom of this V? This was the S1 pivot. Price came down, boom, and bounced right back up. So we are at 346.98, low of 341.63, and retook back VWAP and the pivot point both at the same time. They were flush, and the price just ripped above it. That's super strong. That is so bullish. When I saw that, that's why I was like, we got to get in on that thing. You can't miss that. So UNH might be curling back up. Look for a bounce to the 348.50. Current price 346.90. Oh, that's my kitten. CVX looking bullish right now. 154.65. Again, 154.65. It is down on the day, 0.41%. Hit a low of 153.19, but bounced pretty nicely. We're up a little over $1.50 about, and continuing to make moves. Whoop, go ahead. Moves up. Continuing to trend upwards on CVX. Symbol Ford. Symbol Ford up 2.22%. Very nice day for Ford. It's been nice for Ford the last week or two. So it seems every time I get on, it's just doing pretty good. It's at a solid area right here at the 1219, 1220 area, using it as support. My cats are playing over there. You're such a good kitty. Come here. Here goes my cat. Hey, come on. No. Okay. Tesla. All right. Tesla and Kava. All right. Thank you, Rogue. Hey, Rogue, you know, of course, it wouldn't surprise me, but I got a guy trading over there for me. So I'm able to quickly scout all this and just tell him what to do. So that'd have to be one badass trader, but it's possible. I started out with one laptop. All right, Tesla. Let's see, where did I put Tesla? Okay, Tesla. Right there. Tesla's still moving higher. Just made a new high on the previous candle, on the previous 5-minute candle. It's up 3.57%. It was up gigantic. It's up huge. We got VWAP rising above the R3 pivot now. So if this thing drops back down to the 459 area, it should be solid support here. But Tesla is so unpredictable. It's just, I got it up here for you guys, but I'm not touching this thing. I'm not touching it. It's so, this thing is crazy. The most volatile stock out there. Absolutely insane. This thing could drop all the way back down here to 452. You know, like it could retrace all the way to 442 in the last 15 minutes. It's so bananas. That's not something that you really want to play with. It's like more gambling with Tesla. It doesn't respect a lot of the levels. It's so unpredictable, so volatile. It's crazy. But Tesla might pull back down to the 459 area. So be careful. Again, it could drop all the way back down. This thing's so bananas. But Kava, let's see, where did I put Kava? Kava right over here. Kava making a new high on the previous candle. 61.66. Current price 61.52. Slight little bounce down here. I would say nice solid support around the 61.20 area, so 30 cents below where we're at. We got the R2 pivot right around the $62. So if we do rise back up, look for a rejection at the $62 area. Okay, Brian? Scott, I hope I answered your question. I know it's a little difficult to gauge Tesla, and I know you'll agree with me. Tesla is just so unpredictable and extremely volatile. But the thing's up 3.5%. It's up $100 in the last month. It's crazy. Pepsi finally starting to look like it's hitting the top here. Hitting 142.82 is up 1.59%. Pepsi, symbol PEP, 142.67 right now. We are falling into the R3 pivot at 142.55, 142.50. Current price 142.68, 142.66. If we break below this pivot here, this R3 pivot on Pepsi, we're going to fall back down to the 142.40 area, which is right where VWAP is. So expect that, especially at the end of the day right now. A lot of things start to turn the opposite way. A lot of things start to turn. XRP rising 2.947 right now. Look for a 2.951 on XRP. Dogecoin turning up here. Bitcoin continuing to rally from the midday low of the 116,800. That hit it right on the dot. That's bananas. That's bananas. 116,800 on the dot and just bounced. Beautiful. We got a lot of stuff going on here. Look at all this whole part of my screen here. All red. Walmart, Home Depot, ADBE, JPM, all red on the day. Trying to make a slight comeback here. Adobe's doing a decent job. Half the day was making a rally back up. It's up $4.10 from the low. Home Depot, 1.54% down. Hit a low of 3.95. I'm sorry, 395.31. It's up $3.60 from the low. It's been rallying back up pretty steady. We're right at VWAP right now, so this could be a bounce back up. We were rejected at the S3 pivot around the $400 area, and we dropped a dollar into VWAP. Look for support right here, but if we fail this, look to go down to the 397. It might drop $2 if we fail this VWAP. Otherwise, we're going to break back above the 400, maybe go to 401. So watch HD at this exact moment right here. If we fail, we're going down. If we hold it, volume comes in. I don't see the volume. So we're going to have to see volume on HD to give conviction to the bounce up. Otherwise, it's going to continue trending downwards to that 397 area. Current price 398.92. But ADBE looks good. I like ADBE right here. Some volume coming in. 343.98 ADBE. It is down 2.49%. Bears are in control, but it took back $3.98, 93 cents on ADBE. I'm a little bullish on ADBE here. I think it's going to continue rallying until the close. JPM stuck in between VWAP and the S1 pivot, so it's just chopping in between the two. JPM just chopping in between VWAP and the S1 pivot. I think that might just continue that way for the rest of the day. Look at AVGO. Broke below. AVGO lost the support at the R1 pivot. Bouncing right now. I'm sorry. Breaking through VWAP at the 332 area. Broke VWAP. If this maintains this, at the end of this candle, look for a continuation back down. It's up. It's positive on the day, 0.6%. So AVGO is positive on the day, 0.6%, but it has been pulling back since midday. Around 1 o'clock, hit a high of 337.95, and it's just been pulling down $5.90 from the high. $5.90 from the high over the last 2 hours. We had a low at the open of 324.50, rallied $11, and we gave half back. So if we don't bounce here, I would be surprised if we don't bounce here. I'd say look for a bounce here, back up to 335 on AVGO. But we got to see the volume come in. It's just flat right now. So look for volume on AVGO right here at the 332, 331.80 up to 332.10. Look for some volume, and if we get volume, it's going to give conviction and bounce back up to the 334. Okay, Tone? You do that too. Set a target for 334.50 for me. But wait for, you entered, I said wait for volume. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. That might work out. All right, XOM. XOM's rising here, but look at this. Be careful. I think it's going to continue rallying, though. XOM, rejected, 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 right at the area where we're at right now. You see this? Right at the area where we're at on XOM, rejected, rejected, rejected. Now we're coming back up to it. We were rejecting off the first candle. I think we're going to rally and continue on. It's 112.27. I think it's going to rally up to 112.60. And, yeah, which is about where it opened on the day. It's currently down 0.43%. Just keeps pounding at this level. Each hit makes it weaker, a weaker ceiling. So 112.27, I'd say look for 112.60 on XOM. XOM. PLTR falling right down here back into VWAP and the R1 pivot. If price falls down here, look for a breakdown on PLTR. Current price 184.25. Volume is coming in mixed. Support and resistance, both almost the same. Good amount of volume coming in over here. Good amount of volume coming over here, pushing it back down. I'm not seeing a lot of volume right here. We might see it continue to push back down here. PLTR might be falling down here. It is up 1.04%. Look for a pullback down to 183, 182.80. PLTR. Apple dropping right now. Broke below VWAP. 255.94. Look at Apple. Apple. Volume increasing, falling down. Look for 255. Look for a dollar drop on Apple. Apple is positive on the day, so the bulls are in favor overall. AMD bouncing nicely. Look, see, this is that area I was telling you about. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Here we are bouncing again. I'm a little surprised we bounced. I am. I figured maybe it might break through here. So 162.13. It is up 0.21%. Finally positive again on AMD. Positive once again. If we break below here, it's going to close negative. This close to the close, I'm not sure that's going to happen. This might continue to go up here and break above VWAP, AMD. Look for AMD to breach VWAP and the R1 pivot right around the 162.55 area. That's a pivotal area. Look for QQQ to possibly bounce here, 603. 603, we just hit a high of 603.78, pull back a little bit. Retesting that R2 pivot. SPY still trending down after the rejection of the 669.37 of the R2 pivot. SPY trending down. It is positive 0.4% today, but it's been trending down now since we hit that high, in aka that pivot. They're both in sync. Look at Amazon. Hard rejection here, continuing to fall down nicely here. Volume coming in to support the move down. Look for 220. It's 220.79. Look for a continuation down to 220. Although we had support here earlier throughout the day, right where we're at right now, I don't think that's going to be the case. We're going to continue going down, I believe, 220. Nice 78 cents move down here. Short that for me, bro. Short that right here. Put 220.90. Short it right here. And again at 220.95. And take me out at 220 even. Oh, no, 220.01. AMZN dropping hard here. Lots of volume. Pull back over about $1.40 here. $1.40 drop on AMZN with volume backing it up. Microsoft breaking below the R1 pivot. MSFT, it is, hopefully it can maintain this positive day. It's only up 0.11%. So we were negative on the day, and we trended all the way back and turned green, bounced rejection off of the R1 pivot, broke above it finally, couldn't find support at it, and now it looks like, look at that. We're beneath it again. This might turn red. MSFT might turn red and retest back down here to the 517 area, $1.60 down. Let's look for volume. Volume is rising here on the red and the green. Current candle is green on the 5-minute. Nice amount of volume coming in. AMD still trying to penetrate this. Finally, it is above. It is above VWAP. Look at this. Oh, nice. Nice. Look at the volume. AMD, look at the volume there. Nice. Retook back VWAP, retook back pivot. This thing is just so bipolar. AMD is going bananas. All right, let's look back at Tesla. Tesla's dropped here for you, Scott. Tesla is down about 50 cents already. I said 459 and change. Yeah, 459 and change here. KO rising into the R1 pivot. Look at KO. Swung down, bounced back up. We're trying to break above this R1 pivot at 66.70. Current price 66.62. Current time is 3:30 p.m. Oh, nice. Hey, okay. Rock and roll, Brian. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, when I come visit you, coffee, I owe you, though, for OPAD. Okay? I made way more than 1,000, but I'm happy. so I owe you. All right, dinner's on me when I come see you. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, what do we got here? Meta. Meta's still moving sideways. I'm bullish Meta. It is down 2.1%, but I'm bullish on Meta. Coinbase. Look at Coin bouncing here on the VWAP. I think VWAP's going to come back up. I'm sorry. Price is going to bounce off of VWAP here. As long as we got volume coming in, we got to watch for volume right here. Right now, it's at about average. So as soon as volume starts picking up, that's going to give us the conviction we need. So if you're going to watch on Coin, C-O-I-N, look for volume coming here on Coin. That'll tell us if it's going to give us conviction to move up higher. We did have a double bounce here on the R2 pivot. So if we get support here at VWAP, that's going to support, that's midway. It's like when you travel through space, you leave Earth, you go around the moon to shoot you to Mars. That's this right here. That's the gravitational swing that we're looking for the continuation up. We need the volume there. All right, I'd watch that SPY, maybe start exiting that and get out of any shorts on the SPY. Might be rising back up to the 670, 669.50. Looks like it's curling back up on SPY. AVGO bouncing off of VWAP into the R1 pivot. Look at XOM. That's a nice, look at that. Nice. Nice. Huh? Okay. Okay. Take off 50% right here. Just market it. And then hold the rest for 112.65. If we drop to 112.20, exit completely. No, 112.18. If we drop to 112.18, exit completely. And hold the rest for 112.65. And for 100%. Kava still making new highs. Kava making new highs right now. CAVA rising into the R2 pivot right now. Kava up now 2.27%, just continuing to turn greener and greener. CAVA rising. New highs right now, 61.77. Look for at least $62 on this, which is right about the R2 pivot. Strong rejection point. McDonald's just, man, stalling at that S2 pivot. Really unable to break above that $300.70 area. Just really stalling here. No volume, nothing here. Tesla back up to 460.50 from 460. Gaining 50 cents back here. Tesla, very volatile, very dangerous stock. I wouldn't go over leveraged on that at all. Very tiny. KO. Trying to break. We got a upside down lowercase h here. Look for some volume. Look for some volume to support moving up. It is up today. So the bulls are in the corner. 0.48% on KO. 664, right? 66.64. We have a high of 66.69. So we're approaching the highs on the day. I'm skeptical. Tesla moving up higher here. Tesla, volume coming in. Price trying to move higher. Thing is so wild. Look at Bitcoin, might be turning down. Bitcoin now might be at a swing high point. 117,462. Bitcoin 117,462. Might pull back down to that 117,300, 117,250. There's not a lot of volume here. We had a lot of volume coming at that pivot point, which propelled it up to the point where it's at now. From the 117,100 area, 117 even, shot it up to that 117,600 area, which is where I was anticipating a peak. XRP finally breaking above the pivot. Beautiful break above the pivot. 2.952. We had a target of 2.955. And it did hit at 2.955. Look at it. It did 2.955 on the dot. Pulling back down now 2.952. I'm done with that for that's finished. ADBE dropping into VWAP and dropping into the pivot. I'm skeptical here. It might not hold it. Not seeing a good amount of volume backing up a hold here. Might break below on ADBE. It's already down 2.74%. I was feeling a little skeptical, but not so much now. AVGO. Trapped in between the R1 pivot and VWAP. 332.85 right now. Flat on volume. All average. SPY moving sideways. 669.12. SPY 669.12. 669.09. Up 0.44%. Really trying to get some move up. Oh, this thing looks like it's moving back down. Oh, look at that volume. Wow. SPY. Watch SPY here. Wow, look at Nvidia just dropping here. Look at Nvidia dropping. Wow. Look at that. Look at this candle here. Dropping over $1. About $1.20. Dropping hard here right into VWAP. Look for a bounce coming soon. 186.50 back up to 186.75. Little scalp. 186.60 or 186.50 back up to 186.75. 25-cent bounce right around VWAP. If we make it there, we might bounce here. I'm not sure. We're at 186.59 now. Nice pullback here. It's even for the day now. It's even. Turning negative right here. 186.44. Buy NVIDIA. Buy NVIDIA. 186.50 for me. Up to 186.65. 186.70. 186.40 now. Look at this NVIDIA hitting VWAP. Here we are at VWAP right here. 186.35. Looks like I entered just a shy too early. Back up to 186.50. Look for some holding here on NVIDIA. Back up to 186.50. You got the target on here. It's going to hit that. Take it right there. Take it right there. What? 186.66. Okay, nice. 186.69. 186.70. Nice little bounce off of VWAP there. We're wicking. Beautiful, beautiful little scalp there. Let's look for Amazon. Amazon looks like it might drop back down to this 220 area, 65 cents down. Amazon dropping here. AMZN up 0.5%. Bulls in the corner. Up 0.5 cents on percent. I mean, Amazon got the bulls in the corner. Price is dropping though harshly from the R1 pivot around the 222.15 area. Rejected harshly. NVIDIA is still moving up here. We cut that too short. 186.93 now. 186.94 bouncing. Very nice bounce off of VWAP. Beautiful, beautiful bounce. Beautiful bounce. Look at KO still moving higher, making new highs here into the close, 3:40 p.m. right now. MCD getting rejected at that 360 area, 370 area. Dropping down, now 326 in the last two candles, rejected again, just hitting that peak. It's consistent all day since about 1 o'clock. Kava making new highs as we speak. CAVA, very bullish today, 2.63%. It just keeps rising. CAVA. How's T-Mobile doing? T-Mobile took back over a percentage from its low on the day, was down over 3.3%, and it's been trending up since it hit the low of 231.58. But we just had a strong rejection at the beginning of the last candle at the S3 pivot. T-Mobile might be heading back down to 233 even from 233.65. TMUS. We got Bitcoin. Bitcoin reversing. A surprise reverse here. On BTC. 117.639 now. Bitcoin. Surprise reversal. JPM still stuck. Look at JPM, guys. 311.09, just been chopping in between that VWAP and that S1 pivot. Just stuck in between there. They're just holding it very tightly. ADBE down 2.64%. I'm skeptical it's going to make any new lows. It's holding above VWAP and the S2 pivot. ADBE 2.66% down. Bears